his second game only for Chelsea. He's played in this competition and in the Europa League. Keenan Dewsbury Hall's scored in this competition before. Noni Madueke knows all about European club competition. It's got to be a benefit as we see the two sets of teams come out for this second leg. It ought not to face Chelsea.
No, I think that will hugely benefit. They'll know how to approach these types of events away from home, where invariably I would expect the home side to start really fast. You have to acclimatise to your surroundings, a little bit of a dodgy pitch in comparison to what they're going to be used to in the Premier League, especially this time of year when they are absolute carpets that they're turning out week after week. So let's hope that's not a problem, that Chelsea can shift it around, can move the opponent and create plenty of chances. And I think that early goal tonight should just about kill it as a tie.
Servette versus Chelsea in the second leg of the Conference League qualifier then. Just a check on the two teams. Hopefully see Chelsea through into the group stage. Servette's case, or what would be a massive upset. They made a changing goal after the captain Jeremy Frick's rip last week. Joe Moore gets the nod instead. There's a change up top too, with Jeremy Guillemeno and Alexis Antunes coming in. Tessa interested in the first leg. He's scored 5 times in all competitions so far. Servette. Officials come to us tonight from Italy. Marco Di Bello and his crew to travel. Just 2 changes from the team that started the first leg for Chelsea. Enzo Fernandez replaces Moises Caicedo, who hobbled off the Wolves. Hat-trick hero and New England caller Noni Madueke is in for Pedro Neto, who gets a rest. Philip Jorgensen again starts in goal in Europe. All eyes on Noni Madueke then. What he thinks of Geneva. Certainly in fine battle at the start of the new season. So we're looking for an early goal to curb the enthusiasm of the home team from a Chelsea perspective. There's Thomas Eberle, who wasn't particularly bullish about his side's chances of recovering this situation when he spoke to the press after the first leg last week. Enzo Fernandez again with the captain's armband on. Enzo Maresca, who is a Champions League winner, but this is the first tie that he has had sole charge of as a head coach in European club football. And Sam, I mentioned that it might be a slightly intimidating atmosphere. Servette do not have a good home record. Basel, who were the last team that Chelsea have played in Switzerland, came here and won 6-0 earlier in the season, so one would imagine if the Blues can get a good start, then there is going to be some nerves amongst the locals. Now they're not going to have a moment's reflection before kick-off. Sven-Göran Eriksson, the former England and many more coach, who sadly passed away earlier this week. Influential figure, not just in English football, but right across Europe too. Sven-Göran Eriksson, who we lost earlier this week. To the action then, Chelsea going to get us underway. We're in the change strip tonight. Servette, who are known as the Maroons in their home colours, worn white at Stamford Bridge a week ago. So the message from Maresca, Sam, will be control what you can, basically, and expect Servette to come out on the front foot, and maybe don't give them a chance to do that.
I would imagine so, yeah. The concession of an early goal could make it a tough evening. I don't think he'll pay too much attention to that scoreline in the first game. It's just play your natural game, get your better players in the forward areas on the ball, and they should have too much for Servette again this evening. The one interesting thing, I suppose, from the lineup is that lack of out-and-out defensive midfield player again. Would have been tempted to go with Caicedo, I'm sure, but if he's struggling a little bit with a niggle or two, he can't be risked. He's going to be so vital to the team at the moment with Lavia missing. So that was definitely the criticism. First half at Molineux, a little bit easy to play through, so we'll see if it's Dewsbury Hall maybe as the more deeper midfield player, and possibly Vega into midfield, which we obviously saw in the first leg at the Bridge.
Bobbly pitch, even Tosin now able to get it under control.
Vega's just going in alongside Enzo Fernandez there as Chelsea retreated somewhat, so maybe that's going to be his role again tonight. Obviously there's not an orthodox holder in there really. Dewsbury Hall wants to get forward. We've seen Enzo Fernandez enjoy himself further up the pitch with his passing, especially that one from Madueke in the first leg, so yeah, interesting setup once more.
More interesting, I think, then, so that have changed the goalkeeper. It's not a case that, like some clubs, they have two number ones. He's very much the first choice, but it cost his team last week, it's cost him his place tonight. Jurgensen, by the way, Premier League released their pronunciation videos last week. He said Philip Jurgensen, so you should trust that he knows how to say his own name better than anybody else. He's Badia Shield. Just a Chelsea European stage game. Season away. Shakhtar in the group stage of the Champions League a couple of years ago, Mikhailo Mudryk. Tosin, that's a good ball, he did that well in the first leg too. He moved it on to Madueke. Tried a trick, but the pitch beat him as much as he stumbled himself.
Mazuku did well up against Neto, I felt, in the first game. It was a good battle. Early on, Neto showed him a clean pair of heels on a couple of occasions, but he responded really well, the fullback, so Madueke's not going to have it all his own way. Looks like a decent fullback.
Hall. Madueke. To conduct things in the middle of the Chelsea midfield. There's Tosin now. He's played Champions League football before with Manchester City. Back from Guillou, still going, and Kunku stopped in his tracks, but fairly, according to the referee. Broke for Enzo Fernandez to smack one, and it's a good save from Moore to tip it behind for a corner. Bright start from Chelsea though.
Terrific play, lovely combination, edge of the 18-yard box. It looked like a foul to me, and Kunku sent spiralling to the deck, and that's a beautiful strike, and it's a top save actually. Joel Marl diving to his left, it's a inch perfect effort really. Enzo Fernandez probably feels he's scored as he wheels off.
Get in conference with Noni Madueke as to what will happen with the corner. Some variety on the set pieces from Chelsea so far this season. Everybody bunched around the penalty spot for now. Madueke in toward Vega at the near post, came for Benoit Badia Shield, blocked by the defender. Kunku will pick up the scraps. Difficult to get the ball under control, mind you. So deal with it in the end.
Terrific block, wasn't it? It just popped up beautifully for Badiashile on his weaker foot, but got firm contact on it. It's actually the centre forward in a brilliant position. Mino just making a really important intervention this early stage.
Pitch. Here's Antunes, first chance for the home side to threaten maybe. Tessa. That's one challenge. Deflected off Dizazi and behind for a corner.
Tessa did that pretty well in the first leg. Was able to drive up the left-hand side and get to the byline on a few occasions. It was just his end product. Find a little delivery, unable to pick out too many teammates, but once again they're showing that he's got good feet, he's bright, and he's going to carry a threat down the left.
Set pieces will be a good source for them tonight. Servette. Was it going to take that one? Antunes edge of the box has picked it up. Took it off him. Well, by the look at Dewsbury Hall can get it out his feet. He has done. Madueke wanted it fed to him. Dewsbury just took it a step too far and then lost control of it. Madueke was trying to stay on side. The goalkeeper. Chelsea made a good start last week, so that were able to get a foothold in the game in the first half. So they'll move around this place for change if Blues get the first goal tonight, because mission improbable would become surely mission impossible. Will be 17-time champions of Switzerland. Balance for Servette, and it really Sam, because they kind of need to get the first goal, but they can't go chasing it in case they concede the first goal, in which case it ties all but beyond them.
Right balance, I think, at this stage of the game. Don't want to go too aggressive too quickly, risk the concession of the third, which we've said on a couple of occasions already tonight, could be the end of the tie. Just dropping in. One of the midfield players, one of the deeper midfield players, is actually going and picking up Vega when he comes into midfield, so therefore a centre half.
There's Gutessa. Card of the night, indeed it is. And Severin with an awful long time to play with that mark against his name.
He's been bright, and Kunku, no question, early part of this game. Him and Dewsbury Hall certainly getting up to speed with this position, moving their opposite number around. Dewsbury Hall goes really high. It means a midfield player of Servette has to drop into that back line. I think we referenced it a few times in the first leg. It almost looked like a 5 at times. It's Doolin who goes all the way back in with Dewsbury Hall and lines up alongside the centre half. So I think, again, their movement is so important to Chelsea's chances of success this season and creativity. Kunku again here.
Saw the space that Mudryk had found left-hand side, but too much on his attempt to try and find him. Enzo Maresca liked the idea, if not the execution thereof. today. Stuff from Chelsea, not easy to play this 1-2 touch football on this pitch. Shield. Experience this time at Monaco. Pass is overhit though. It's in the first leg. His only minutes this season, Benoit Badiashile. There are the travelling Chelsea support, a new ground for them to tick off. Time ago, long before they moved to this stadium. Host venue in Euro 2008. You might also remember it from an incredible friendly when England beat Argentina 3-2. Sven-Göran Eriksson's England, as was actually back in 2005. Trying to bring it under control now then, as he caught Mudryk there. He has. It's a penalty. Tsunemoto wags his finger no, but I don't think there's that much doubt about that. We do have VAR in operation here, but that looks like a cut and dried case to me, Sam.
Looks like exceptional play from Mudryk. Brilliant awareness. It was a speculative attempted crossfield pass really from Vega, and Tsunemoto just doesn't know he's there, or he just reacts too slowly to that bouncing ball, looks to hook it clear with his left foot, but Mudryk is so bright to the situation. That's just brilliant play. That's like a clear penalty to me.
Now then, Christopher Nkunku stuck the penalty away with authority at Stamford Bridge last week to put Chelsea 1-0 up. He's the man who's been entrusted with the task again. They're doing his best to put him off by delaying things. Different goalkeeper for Nkunku to face tonight. Brilliant from the penalty spot so far for Chelsea. You've got to be good to get to take a spot kick for the Blues these days. Joel Moll looking to come to Servette's rescue. Christopher Nkunku aiming to put Chelsea one step closer to the group stage of the Conference League. (1-0), no doubt, again the goalkeeper guesses right, but he had no chance. Even if he touched it, he wouldn't have kept that out. It was too powerful. It was placed to perfection. It's a brilliant penalty from Christopher Nkunku for the second week in a row to make it Servette 0, Chelsea 1.
Terrific penalty. It's a carbon copy. Just cuts across it, whips it into that corner, into the side netting once more. Huge credit to Mudryk for his part in that opening goal. Great anticipation, really sharp to the loose ball, and then Nkunku, well, he's got wonderful technique and he dispatches that.
What was Tsunemoto thinking though? Big puff of the cheeks from him. Big puff of air goes out the stadium. Chelsea 3-0 up on aggregate now. It's a long way back for Servette. So, got to praise Mudryk though, Sam. You did it. It was he who won it with that great first touch.
Yeah, did brilliantly. Great anticipation. He's actually had the ball in little tight spots already on a couple of occasions and been able to manoeuvre it and find a teammate with his pass. So started brightly. It's been very reminiscent of the first game. Servette were camped in like this, and it was really difficult to get Guillou involved in the game in particular, and that's still the case. It's quite congested in that midfield. That's why Dewsbury Hall and Nkunku need to come short. They need to go wide. They need to try and open up a little bit of space to be able to feed it into Guillou. Otherwise, it's such a selfless task for the front player in this type of game against the side who are going to saturate their own half, congest the middle third, and make it really difficult to play towards the centre forward in particular. So he's a little bit starved at the moment, but Chelsea's hugely in control of the ball.
If Chelsea get a second goal before too long, bear with me here because it sounds ridiculous, they might think about making some changes. We got a bit of PTSD from the sandpit at Soldier Field, which ruined Christopher Nkunku's season last time around. I think something similar to happen tonight. Crystal Palace to come on Sunday. I mean, if Chelsea get the next goal, then that is it, surely, isn't it?
Oh, you would absolutely think so, yeah. I mean, it would be an incredible comeback to come anywhere near pulling it back from this deficit. But at the moment, Chelsea hugely in control of the ball. Yes, it's a mistake that's given the lead, but showing a whole great deal of ambition currently.
Played a 1-2 off a Servette defender, it's Sunimoto. She moved it on before Mudryk could get him. Guillemino brings a yellow card for Benoit Badiashile.
Just a fraction late. Guillemino bright across the ground there, just getting a toe on the ball, and presents them with one of their first opportunities really to flood the box and put a little bit of quality in there. Needs to be a little bit sharper across the ground there. Unnecessary free kick to give away, and a little bit of pressure on the side.
Set piece though to apply that pressure. Cognac, the player over the ball here, called into action for the first time. It is a good ball as well. Rie was in there challenging. I thought we should have had a corner. And it's a goal kick.
Well, he looked in front of Tosin, just looked like he was going to toe this towards the target. The corner, didn't it? Defended. Tosin defended well at the near post.
Sure, most of his game plan was based around not conceding early on. That's exactly what's happened to Thomas Haberle's team. Actually could have gone anywhere. The boot of Tosin. Behind rather than into the goal, thankfully.
Tessa again involved early in that move, and he could have gone anywhere. Doesn't really move his feet, just hits him. Offside flag coming to Chelsea's aid anyway.
This, by the way, is Chelsea's 299th game in European club football. Won everything apart from this one. This season, complete the set again. Fouled, or was he? No, he's giving it the other way. Went out of play for a throw-in, apparently. Got to be careful here. We know how good Guillou is at Keep us down in that kind of position. Mudryk. Dewsbury all made the run. Let's get on the end of the pass as well, so Namoto scared to make any kind of challenge after what happened a couple of minutes ago.
Terrific move again, work it beautifully out of defence. The pass, Buddy Shield into Enzo Fernandez was a really good one, and Mudryk has found a little bit of rhythm in this opening 20 minutes. Just unfortunately, Dewsbury Hall's got, what, 3 men to try and bypass, crowded out. I think that was the correct call, goal kick.
81% possession for Chelsea so far, Sam. It's the Maresca blueprint, isn't it? But it's not easy to do A on a pitch like this and B on opposition turf.
No, I think they have retreated to a degree. They've not gone hunting, not been particularly aggressive to this point, and there are obviously different ways to approach the two-legged game, and I think if you're going to make a comeback, that first goal doesn't have to come ridiculously early. As long as they were still in the game, probably going into the last half an hour or so, the manager, coaching staff would have taken that. That's why incredibly despondent to have conceded in that fashion early to Kunku.
Well, didn't get the memo. You don't get a moment to rest on the ball when Mark Hughes around. It's Tosin. Mudryk, a couple of options for him in the middle. This one across was too deep for Madueke. To keep it in play. And he did. This is Tosin. All Chelsea in Geneva in the first half of the first half. Paddy Shield missed his touch but recovered it. Get another one here. Sliced it back into Mudryk. Dewsbury Hall did well to work it back to him. Shouldn't have cost us any better this time. Held at the near post, but only away as far as Dewsbury Hall. Not fouled, apparently, by Ondua.
Like a free kick. Again, it's a lovely exchange down the left-hand side. Mudryk's been incredibly bright. Just opting to close with the two front players. And Tunes, who's playing as a 10. He's wearing number 10. Guillemino, the number 9. And Chelsea have always got a spare centre-half, so it's quite comfortable to stroke the ball around in these positions. You can see they're kind of in their shape now, 4 across the midfield, and you really want one of those midfield players to release, I suppose, and go and get man for man up against Chelsea's back 3, and that would make it tougher for them to progress the ball up the pitch. At the moment, Zazie, Tosin, Buddy Shield able to just take a couple of touches and stroke it comfortably to one of their teammates with zero pressure being applied. Yes, it's harder to penetrate and move it into teammates further up the pitch, but it's a bit of a practice match for the centre-halves right now.
Ball from Enzo Fernandez, that from Nkunku. Lovely touch from Christopher Nkunku, took himself a little wide, teed up Madueke. His shot was blocked at source by Rouillet.
Again, there's zero pressure on the initial pass forward, and at the moment Chelsea are in the groove and making nice angles, plenty of movement in front of the ball. It's more Enzo Fernandez, the architect, and that touch just took Christopher Nkunku slightly wide. Madueke, for his ferocious start to the season, has been a little bit quiet in the opening 25 minutes.
He, by the way, is in the England squad, Lee Carsley's first England squad. Levi Colwill. Congratulations to him for getting back in, and I don't think any of us were surprised that Cole Palmer made the cut again. He's on the bench for Chelsea tonight. Chris Jackson, Moses Caicedo. We're more likely to see a Josh Achampong or a Tyreek George, some of the big names for Sunday. They look flat, don't they, Servette? They need something to lift them here.
There's been nothing, has there, from the Chelsea goal to this point?
Throw in. Head to it. Snapshot. It was not a good one from Cognac.
Took it down well enough. There's just a couple of Chelsea bodies coming towards him at pace. Knows he needs to get the strike away quickly and can't control it. Work it onto the target. It's not on the up to a degree as well. It's a strike at least.
Frenchman, Lyon player. Matches away from Stamford Bridge in all competitions. 4 of the last 7 away in Europe, albeit having lost the last 2 against Dortmund and Real Madrid, but this is not necessarily the Geneva Park, nor is it the Bernabeu. Chelsea have started really well here, utterly dominant, and got the early goal, Christopher Nkunku, on the penalty spot. Press from Servette, but eventually a bit of pressure applied to Jurgensen. Here's Mudryk. Oh, unlucky, nice idea that, trying to work it first time into Dewsbury Hall. Sinamoto played it in field. Enzo Fernandez trying to wrestle it from Cognac, but Cognac emerges with the ball. Ezekiel fouled there. Referee says no.
Possibly a little arm or a little shove from Madueke as he got back in. Yeah, it's not an infringement from Dizazi. I think the previous touch from Madueke probably did deserve the decision. It was just wrong side for a moment.
Tessa pushing him out towards the touchline and then dispossessing him like the playground bully. On his first day. Now then, Guiu has managed to win possession back, got Mudryk up there with him. Showed a bit too much of it to Sinamoto. He then fouled in Dewsbury Hall, did he? No, referee looked like he's going to blow his whistle, then changed his mind. Here comes Antunes, and he was pushed over by Renato Vega, but again, no free kick given. Outstretched arms from the Servette players, but the same rule applies to both, Sam, and it did in the space of about 10 seconds.
Yeah, I think it was probably a foul on Dewsbury Hall and a foul made by Vega as he tracked back, but the referee waved them both away, and then there was an appeal for a possible back pass as well. I think it was Vega who slid in and poked it back in the direction of the goalkeeper. I mean, there's some back pass if he meant that. So an appeal all the less from the Servette players.
Who are clutching because they need something to get themselves back into this tie. Because at the moment it's 3 and easy for Chelsea. Here's Madueke. Nkunku in close attendance. Riet's gone across to try and hold him up. Just stand still. Chipping it forward. This is Servette's 10th game of the season, by the way. The UEFA League qualifiers, the Conference qualifiers, to the Swiss Super League and the Swiss Cup. Themselves 7th in the table in the Super League, but they're only a point off the leaders FC Zurich. There's 2 in the league so far. There you go. Here maybe for Kutesa, and he moved it on brilliantly, and they do have a goal back. It's Guillemino who sparks the tie-in to life for Servette. We're back as you were. Chelsea now have a 2-goal lead, and Jeremy Guillemino gets Servette a little closer to turning this game around.
Well, it's brilliant approach play. Kutesa, who has been bright throughout the 2 legs. No surprise that he's the architect of this goal. Breezing past Izazi, and then the weight on the pass is lovely, and it's a wonderfully taken, drilled finish across Jorgensen into the far corner. It breaks down on Guillau's touch though, I think, and he was a little unopposed. I think he lost his footing, and from that moment on Chelsea were struggling, but can't not admire the pass and finish.
He certainly enjoyed it. It's injected a bit of jeopardy into the game just past the half hour. Yeah. Keep it steady from now until half time, Chelsea.
Just starting to think, I cannot believe how passive they are as well, the home side. It's come from a loss of possession when Chelsea were hugely in control. Just a little sloppy last few moments. He's worked his way into the game around about the 20-minute mark, and they've started to find him with little passes, but his touch has let him down on the last few occasions, and I think that's where the goal came from. Just expecting them to be a little bit more aggressive from the outset, especially after conceding. And that goal has come during a period where Chelsea are in complete control. It's a blow.
Blow. So we get a free kick for this. From Severin, who's on a yellow card. I beg his pardon. Curly hair.
It's one of those moments where the midfield and the defence just looked a little disjointed. It was a fast break. He was on the ball in the lead up to Chelsea losing possession, so he's obviously in the centre of the pitch, and the goal comes down that side where maybe he'd be able to tuck round if he was in a more orthodox position.
Well, here's Nkunku. Can he get the shot off? Goalkeeper did well, raced off his line and made himself big enough that Nkunku couldn't lift it over him.
Well, he's done this really well so far in the opening 35 minutes, just making little darts in between centre half and full-backs. Playing right up high against Guillou when Chelsea were in possession and probing. He's got in on a number of occasions.
This cross wasn't a good one.
Actually, it was the right finish, wasn't it? With Marl kind of steaming out towards him. Got a little bit of good fortune, maybe the way he took it in his stride, or a combination of him and a defender, but to try and just poke that, lift it over the goalkeeper was a good attempt.
pitch, so she would whether he wants to treat it or not. Much wrong there. Shield. To catch up to that though. Toons. Just going to get it off him. Toons again. Shield him away, but at the expense of the corner. Different feel to the game now though. Last season was Servette. Poison on penalties. 16. Not happy with some pushing and shoving going on in the penalty area. Took the decision out of Felix's hand. Time in the Barcelona academy as a youngster. Nice finish.
It's terrific movement as well. He just peeled into that bit of space between Badiashile and the recovering Vega. Just spun, not looking at the ball. It was really clever play from the centre forward. Timing, the weight of the pass meant it comfortable for him to just stride onto and strike.
Empowered them. Yeah. Over. No doubt that was a free kick.
There's an opportunity to switch the play there. In possession, didn't see it.
Hall nicely. Still on his feet as well. Picking himself to beat Tsunemoto with no slouch.
Very sharp. Saw that in the first game. Lovely position that Dewsbury Hall took up there, and it played into him, took 2 or 3 to get players out of the game.
Nkunku.
Keenan! Keenan!
Madueke did well. Now here's Guiu. Madueke again, can he get the shot away? Goalkeeper again races off his line and smothers. Just a touch, took it a little too far in front of him, I think, there, Noni Madueke.
Yeah, I'd agree. The touch was too heavy. Meant that was his only real option. Had it been slightly softer, he probably has the opportunity to slide with his left foot towards the far corner.
Similar position from where he got his hat-trick, wasn't it, on Sunday?
Yeah, I think Severin's position meant that he would have had to take it on his right side, but he just pushing back to the weekend. That didn't deter him, being on his slightly weaker foot. He dispatched a couple lovely.
That's ended up into a really good pass from him. And there's danger here, it's Kutesa. Livingston got something on it first time round, and then the follow-up was hooked wide. That was a big chance.
He's bright again, he's sharp, and similar to the chance for Madueke a few moments ago. That touch is sublime, actually. His pace is really catching there as well. Gets him in a position where he can try and steer it right-footed around Livingston, but that double-handed save just pushes it away enough for it to be a real tough finish for the centre-forward looking for his second of the game. What he can do is kind of wrap his foot around the defender and hope a yard wide of the target.
Kunku. Here's Madueke. That's nothing to the first half. Won it back for Servette. Nice touch from Cognac, but wasn't able to finish it nonetheless. Here's Enzo Fernandez. The stoppages left of the opening 45. Enzo Fernandez with it. They'll be encouraged though, Sam, weren't they, going into the breaks a bit?
I think so, especially when you consider that they haven't gone for broke to this point. They haven't flooded bodies forward even there. I think Chelsea had a 5v2 when they were in a good position wide on the right hand side. You'd feel they're going to be getting more bodies in the box as they chase this deficit, but to this point they've been a little bit cagey, shown Chelsea plenty of respect, and in that it's been pretty comfortable other than a couple of forays forward. There they go again, no.
Cognac, can he pick out a colleague in maroon here? Cross is deflected. Through to Jurgensen because of that. Just 1 every minute signalled at the end of the half, by the way. Went through that already. Playing out time. And the referee is about to blow his whistle, which indeed he does. So all square on the night here. Chelsea ahead on 15 minutes. Christopher Nkunku converting from the penalty spot for the second time in this tie after Mykhailo Mudryk was brought to ground. Chelsea totally in control, it seemed at that point, but just past the half hour, Jeremy Guillemeno with an excellently taken goal pulled one back for Servette. It means that at half time at the Stamford Bridge, Geneva, it is Servette 1, Chelsea 1, who's 3-1 ahead on aggregate. Servette getting the second half underway. And the score on the night, 3-1 on aggregate. By either team by the look of things at half time. Got to be careful here on this wobbly pitch. Shield. To have fouled, a little bit harsh. Straight away in the second half then. The ideal angle of position for Cognac to take this free kick. It's glanced on nicely though. Guillemeno, good save from Jurgensen. Wouldn't have counted anyway, the flag had gone up, but the Chelsea goalkeeper wasn't to know that.
Work the free kick well and get the all-important first touch, first contact, which takes it into Guillemeno. And I'm amazed that he didn't just strike that left-footed, tried to poke it with his right foot, his stronger side, and Jurgensen makes quite a comfortable save, or certainly can get out to him and make sure that there's not a great deal of target left for him to find.
Pressing a bit more aggressively, so that leaves some space for Chelsea to exploit. No foul there on Guillou by Rouillet. Start to the second half here for Servette. Dewsbury Hall. Great work from Madueke, tracking back, managed to win the ball back. Can Chelsea get on the front foot here? First time ball from Fernandez into Nkunku. Here's Renato Vega. Back from Mudryk. He's found a pocket of space. He's found Madueke with his pass. It's Maziku here. Good ball back. Nkunku. That was spectacular. It sat up nicely for him, but he couldn't take it. Keep it on target.
Look right. Nkunku's really punched into him. Touch just away from him, will goes up into the sky. We've seen him execute that type of thing before. Right, get it onto the target. Chelsea were in Switzerland. It's the
2013-14 season, Champions League group stage, lost away to Basel. Salah got the goal. Son of Fabian Scher and Mohamed Al-Mani all in that Basel team. Really well there, Mark Hugh. Madueke, it's a lovely spread out for Mudryk. Get it under control, he did, up against Sinamoto. Mudryk coming infield, how's the finish? The requisite quality, might well blame a bobble on the pitch.
Terrific pass, Madueke. He had a simpler option to just play maybe 10-15 yards to his left-hand side, but opted to spread the play, and I think Mudryk got onto it so quickly and was positive getting his opposite number into the 18-yard box. There are other options, but I can understand him taking it on there. That was forthright, that was in his mind, I would suggest, as soon as that ball was travelling from right to left.
Cuckoo, find Guillou, might be able to get the shot away here, Guillou. He did well, he got something on that. A sniff of goal that Mark Guillau's had all night. Madueke, Chelsea on top now. Severin trying to nudge him off the ball but can't. The second time round, really wily defending from the Servette centre-half.
Brilliantly, looked like initially he was at risk of giving away a penalty, but the approach paid off.
Defending to do against Tessa. Jorgensen on the volley, easily dealt with. Back from the output. There's a throw in for Servette.
This Guillou chance looked like it was on maybe to finish with his second touch. He tried to take it beyond the goalkeeper. I think he could have lifted that goalwards. Severin with an excellent, robust bit of defending. Again, Madueke was going to commit him to the challenge and possibly Servette now at risk of giving away another spot kick.
Behind for a corner. And it's a bit more communication from his teammates, I think.
You can see the back fours in position there. With Enzo Fernandez just shielding them, a little more solid.
Now Mudryk, can he lead a breakaway here? Got some help from Kiernan Dewsbury Hall. 2-on-2 at the moment. Mudryk all pace, trying to get away from Severin. Still Mykhailo Mudryk. Oh, could have bounced back anywhere off Severin there. In the end, it's behind for a corner and he puts his head in his hands.
Yeah, it's brilliant play, and Dewsbury Hall's just not going to be able to stay with Mudryk. You were hoping he was going to have a better option, maybe, square of him, to tee up a teammate, but really enjoyed this. That burst of pace, it did just get away from him a fraction and meant that the finish was a difficult one with Elmal coming out at his feet.
Chelsea. They're desperate to get the ball. Fernandez about to whip it into his direction, perhaps. Around the back for Dizazi's, got plenty of time to bring it down. In the way of immediate help. Also, he goes past his man instead. Cut it back to Renato Vega. Is it going to break? Might drop for Mudryk. Trying to tee up on Kunku. Here's Fernandez. Mudryk. to stop any sort of break. But
it was a good opportunity for Vega on his left foot, as he did brilliantly. Great composure, good awareness to take it on his chest, and then a little shimmy, found the pass, and Vega did absolutely everything right to open up his body and try and steer it left-footed towards the far corner. Unfortunately, block was forthcoming from the Servette player, but Chelsea responding, I think, at the start of this second half.
As we expected, Servette came out looking lively, but Chelsea managed to put down their fire a little. Okay. Ezekiel again down the line for Nkunku, carried on his run. Close in. To stride forward. Give it to Nkunku. Pick up Madueke again. Modric. Sunimoto. Briggle wants it. Hanging on to it for now. Briggle still had space. The shot which flicked off Guiu. Still was a corner.
Yeah, it was behind Guiu here. Entirely sure who it did deflect off. Modric again, one thing in his mind really, take on Tsunemoto and get his strike away. See if it would have been bending to target. No, it was going to miss the far post, but it's a touch of the defender.
Approaching an hour gone in Geneva. See the 2-goal advantage on aggregate. That. Steaming in when Benoit Badi is shield. Still alive, toasting back across. So that will look to break Tessa. Was able to get there ahead of Antunes. 15 semi-finals, 12 finals, and won 8 trophies in European competition. 298 matches prior to tonight, which have produced 161 wins. It was a quarter-final appearance in the defunct Cup Winners' Cup, which Chelsea know very well. It was way back in 1979 when Servette reached the last day.
Changed the way that they've approached closing Chelsea's defenders down in this second half. I think you mentioned it at the start of the second period. Looks like Cognier is joining in with Antunes and Illuminot at the front of the pitch, but they're still going a little individually for me, and Chelsea still able to pop it around into midfield. Being caught out really in this regard, turning over possession when trying to play out too regularly, comfortable, but I think it just probably accentuates that there has been a little bit of a change in the mindset and probably the approach from the Servette players, and naturally so I would suggest. It's not as if they need one goal, they need to come out and start to make chances.
foul, Christopher Nkunku. That's his innocence. Getting to that point where we're starting to think about Chelsea changes, Sam?
Yeah, quite possibly. Having a decent spell at the moment now, I would say. It feels like the Chelsea goal could be in the offing. You're making opportunities. This is the danger though, the counter-attack, especially through this man, Katessa.
Here's Konya. Too close to Jurgensen.
Left-hand side is the threat, I would suggest. Mizuku, Tessa, decent players they've shown over the two legs. And I think the joy that Mudryk has had up against Tsunemoto is a product of the way they set up, really, because he's 1v1 a lot, Mudryk. He doesn't get much help from an outside right player. The right-hand side player invariably has been Konya, and he's tucked in quite a lot. He doesn't keep the width, so Mudryk's had the opportunity to get 1v1 very, very often rather than being doubled up on.
Okay. Nice cut back. Oh, almost came for Jeffrey Hall. You heard the cry of finish when the defender took it off his toe before he can do that. So we're preparing changes. So they're not able to keep that in. Offside. Stevanovic is the player who's waiting to come on, by the way. Now, just past the hour mark, it's the goal scorer who's going off. Guillemeno, who's made the tie interesting. Veteran Bosnian. Stevanovic, 34 years of age. To take his place. Who's also come on. Triple change coming up, including a Chelsea debut here. Tyreek George going to come on for Noni Madueke. Moises Caicedo and Nicholas Jackson also coming on. But Tyreek George, what a moment for him. Star of the youth teams last season, under 18s and under 21s. He was brilliant for both. Got some fantastic goals. Really good to see him get some minutes here. Moises Caicedo takes the armband as he comes on for Enzo Fernandez. Mark Guiu's 90s over to Jackson on in his place. And Tunes was the other player who came off then for Servette, by the way. Big moment, Sam, for Tyreek George.
Yeah, big game for him as well to make his Chelsea bow, so that shows the belief that the new manager and coaching staff have in this young player. He's obviously been incredibly consistent in terms of his performances, but maybe equally as important, his ability to get a goal. Very free scoring through the academy, so I suppose in that position high up in Chelsea's lineup, you can take a little bit more of a risk at this stage, despite there being a lot on it. Caicedo coming in will add that steel and security you probably need with 25 minutes or so of this game remaining. It's a strong challenge.
And only just on, just booked. Trying to make an impact, but not like that. Frenchman who led the line at Stamford Bridge last week.
I don't think there's too much wrong with it. It's just the type of challenge that normally gets penalised, and Striker's probably better off just not even bothering with that, just getting close enough to maybe get a block in rather than attempt a challenge, because if the centre-half knows it's coming, the full-back knows it's coming, and they invariably get the decision. That's a great little spin.
Challenge from Buildup on Nicholas Jackson. Wanting to boot for the Chelsea frontman.
Yeah, I initially thought he'd just been done by a brilliant first touch, a great bit of skill, but he certainly knew exactly what he was doing there. It was a second or so after the spin. He knew he was away and knew that he was bringing it to a halt.
They're looking for it, David Dulin. It's okay, thankfully. At the moment, 25 minutes to go. Should Servette score twice without reply, we go to extra time. It's close in. Trick into play. Pick out a colleague with his cross, is Dulin. Using his strength to good effect. There's a lot in that from Badia Shield. Tessa. By Salo just off the bench. They give them any encouragement. Do a winding up the long throw. Direction he intended. Tessa back in half-heartedly. Tosin. Now Jackson pulling his way into possession here. Maziku on the floor, no foul. Tyreek George up there with him. It's Nicholas Jackson. Pass one, pass two, trying to stab it through for George. Couldn't get enough purchase on the pass.
He's unlucky. It's brilliant play, great endeavour, great strength on the near side, and then just lack of options really. Tried to execute that little threaded pass towards George, but just lost his footing or started to fatigue just as he tried to execute it, but nice bit of play.
Here's George. He's going to get his crossover. Fancy that's a corner. Indeed it is. Maziku's complaining about that. Pretty obvious decision, albeit the official has made a couple of mistakes. Just about onside.
Yeah, good change of play. We'll get a better idea here. Maybe it just hits his standing leg. Appealing. That's probably the case. Overall.
Booming header there. This is it. Caicedo. There's Konya. Caicedo. Searching ball for Jackson. Trying to Rouillet out there with him. Back off the Senegalese last.
It was unfortunate. I mean, the movement's brilliant. Really intelligent. Running from Nicholas Jackson. Taking him wide, yes, but in a position to get hold of the ball for the team and get them up the pitch and stretching the play. Everything that he can bring to the party, and important, I think, just to give Chelsea a foothold, get it into the centre forward a little bit more.
And the outs ball, Crivelli and Kutesa in the middle here. Crivelli trying to get a toe to it, and between them, Dizazi and Caicedo were able to prevent him from doing that. Having a good spell at the moment though, Servette.
Yeah, eyes would have lit up when this was played square. He's just motoring into the 18-yard box and hoping that that falls in between Chelsea players for him to stab goalwards first time.
Once more keen to stamp his authority in a set-piece situation. Crashing in from Ondua, but there's no threat to Jorgensen's goal.
He didn't look particularly set there, always on the stretch. Kutesa with some good play once more and digging out a fine delivery. Just sets off a little bit of panic. Completely unmarked, but on the stretch, as I said.
New international guy Ondua. Second spell as a Servette player. And a stopover in Hanover. Inside the final 20 now, hopefully. Staying as we are, Chelsea will be through. So they have to score twice without reply to take it to extra time. Crivelli in the middle. Oh, and he's got there as well, and he's scored. And now it really is game on. Off the bench and onto the score sheet is Enzo Crivelli. And Servette lead on the night and are within one goal of Chelsea.
Nicholas Jackson just come in a little too short, too straight. He shifted out to that right-hand side where Tsunomoto is the furthest player forward, the full-back. Actually, it's the substitute, the centre forward, who puts in a brilliant ball, and it's wonderfully attacked. He's on the move, Crivelli, while the Chelsea players are waiting, really, flat-footed, and he attacks it brilliantly, and I think he's just trying to recover his position, the goalkeeper, Jorgensen. Unfortunately, he gets enough purchase on the header to take it into the net.
Well, there's the reaction from Enzo Maresca. He's going to bring on Cole Palmer for Mykhailo Mudryk. Well, this is a test now, Sam. A test of character as well as ability.
Yeah, absolutely. Going to have to dig in. Still try and create something to put the game to bed once and for all, but it's been a little bit of a disjointed second half. There's been an early flurry from Servette, but they haven't threatened a great deal until that moment. Chelsea have been in command, but only one goal away from potential panic. It was always a concern.
Jackson wasn't able to work it to Palmer, and he should have been able to. And he put his arm on the back of Mizuki and gets a yellow card. That's the contribution from the Chelsea striking substitute that we've had from the Servette one. final 15 of the 90. That's influenced Paddy Ashil as the Chelsea players in the book. Left back for the moment. Tsunimoto. Here's Konya. It's a testing cross. Dizazi underneath it has to put it behind for a corner.
A decent delivery into the box needs defending. Substitutions have added something, clearly combining for the goal, but power, desire, it's been evident from Corelli on a few occasions.
Konya put it back across. Oh, that so easily could have been 3-3. Chelsea are hanging on here. Rouillet only denied by a block, but it's all Servette now.
Again, Rouillet's on the move, he's attacking it, comes all the way across the 18-yard box. Chelsea waiting for it, Chelsea angry.
To move the requisite 10 yards. Not sure the ball is inside the quadrant here, but Konya comes over anyway. Good strong header to get it clear. Tsunimoto. Snapped a good ball into the channel. Somewhere in the centre half, it stayed up from the corner and then a little flip toward goal from Rouillet and his colleague. In this situation to try and wrestle back some control then, Sam? Is it about just trying to get a period of possession? Maybe you retreat back to your own goal and hope for the best?
I think he's just trying to play the natural game, hoping that Caicedo, Palmer, experienced, quality players that have been introduced have got that composure really. Get Chelsea back on top and make one or two chances to get that opportunity to put the game to bed once more.
Palmer, we know he's got plenty of quality. Into Nkunku, broken for George, who's due to be ball. Oh, this might come through for Nicholas Jackson to stick it in, but then the flag goes up. Not going to count for now. Let's wait and see.
It's a lovely finish when he gets in. I was just thinking possibly he was going to play square. That looks marginal at most, doesn't it? It's left leg maybe. Certainly look close.
Maresca asking the question. Marco Di Bello, the on-field referee. Gianluca Aureliano, his counterpart, the video assistant ref. Big moment this.
It is, and he stuck it away beautifully. I just thought for a moment he may play square, commit the goalkeeper and just pop it to one of those teammates that was arriving, but he finished it with aplomb. A real firm side foot.
No goal. And the change for Servette. Emerson close. Julian von Moos, who we saw last week coming on for Kutesa. Summer signing from Saint Gallen. Taking a big cup win. 2 weeks ago, von Moos. Well, how that would have changed things had that goal stood. Chelsea just got to keep going. No foul by Dizazi. Didn't get enough on his pass to find George.
It's interesting to see the position of Nkunku and Dewsbury Hall as this This game is getting tense now.
There's Cognac looking for room for a shot. So they wouldn't give him any.
Just one of those two players just retreat. Dewsbury Hall's the most obvious option, just to give Enzo Fernandez a little bit more help.
That's for a shot from distance here from Dua. It flies over to give Caicedo a little help.
Yeah, sorry, Caicedo, yeah. Just think they're both still, Nkunku and Dewsbury Hall, playing pushed on. Dewsbury Hall was a little bit deeper there as the play developed. I thought maybe he was just going to tuck in alongside Caicedo, but looks like the shape hasn't altered. And that is marginal, isn't it? It was just the left leg. There's Jackson.
Lovely, delicate, feathered touch from Nkunku to Jackson. Palmer down the line. Jackson got there ahead of Rouillet. Here's Palmer, any room for a shot. Zuku won it back off him. Now here's Cognac. Huge draw when Servette come forward here, and they're doing so in numbers. For Crivelli, but too close to batting his shield. This clearance wasn't a good one. Here's Cognac. Decent cut back. Over the head of Jurgensen. Where's the loose ball going? It's on Dua. Smacked his shot straight into Tosin. Big chance.
Yeah, lovely stand up to the far post, and you just think Crivelli is poised to get his second of the evening. Huge header, huge intervention. Dizazi at the far post. Brilliant defending, and then Tosin with a big block.
Ziku. And Moose put it into a decent area, but there was nobody in maroon there to take advantage of it. Actively coaching his team now on the touchline. Over the head of Dizazi. Or was it? He didn't give it up. And Moose couldn't get there. Cognac will take the throw. And Moose wants it back. Cognac's going alone for now, but the flag is up for offside. And Chelsea let off the hook there. Almost given this tie up. As Haberly, the Servette coach. Still very much in it at the moment. Still need a goal though. Time is against them. Sayo did well. Here's Nkunku. To lift it for Jackson. Rouillet's header. It's going to come for Tyreek George. Nkunku. Brilliant. Oh, lovely pass. Cole Palmer. Oh, he's hit the bar. Just expected the net to ripple. It deserved the goal for the work from Nkunku, but Palmer couldn't keep his shot down.
Well, the turn was brilliant. The awareness of Nkunku of where the space was terrific. A little bit of pressure applied from Mazuku, the left back, but you still expect Palmer with that sight of goal to just caress that beyond the goalkeeper. Does just skip up. Felt that was maybe the case. It just thumps against the crossbar.
Well, it's been a tight tie, this one. Remember, Chelsea playing Servette because they lost the Europa League playoff to Braga. That proved tricky opposition. So they've not got enough on that to get it through to Palmer. Oh, it's risky from the goalkeeper. 6.5 plus add-ons left, or maybe 30 more. Ondua, big switch from him. Renato Vega needs to get across to get the block in, he didn't. Tsunimoto. Lost deep toward Van Moos, but Dizazi underneath that, out as far as Ondua. Oh, that almost turned into a good pass for Tsunomoto. In the end, it was a shot that was so poor it's gone out for a threat. Something else he can do, perhaps. Yellow card for Renato Vega for delaying the taking of the throw. The end of a 4-1 defeat here for Basel last season as the Portuguese. Seems a bit harsh to book him for delaying a throw when they were going to make a substitution anyway. Marco Ouattara, Swiss under-19 international, who we saw come off the bench last week, he's doing the same here. David Boulan is the man who's gone off. Jackson, who's onside, Palmer's in the middle and Kunku's on the edge of the box. It's a lazy, half-hearted attempt at the cross from Nicholas Jackson. And here comes Servette on the break. Dizazzi's defended really well since the pressure started to be applied. Winding up the long throw. Robinson, grateful to see it aimed straight at him. He will take as long as the law allows before he releases the ball.
I suppose that's the only frustration really for the home side. Had so many shots over the two games and half chances and not worked the goalkeeper. Maybe a couple in the last 10 minutes at Stamford Bridge. I think he's made one save so far this evening. So for all the opportunities, shooting opportunities around the 18-yard box, not showcasing enough clinical edge to this stage of the tie.
There's Renato Vega, heavy touch, but he managed to keep it away from Ondua. Then he stumbled, still managed to move it on for Nkunku. Going to be a bit of a fan favourite, Renato Vega. In his press conference yesterday about how much it means to him when he looks down every day and sees the Chelsea badge on his shirt. The look of young Portugal for me, Thomas Aberley. Quite been able to get his team standards, but Enzo Maresca still pacing nervously.
Well, they've done well. They've done well across the two legs. You think of the way they finished the first tie, but in the first half we were waiting for them to come out really and have a bit more of an aggressive go. Seemed a little subdued, a little bit tentative to go toe-to-toe with Chelsea in the first half, but he really pulled it off. He's certainly Chelsea a great scare, and they've still got an opportunity here.
Lots of regrets if they go out. I think we played so well against Chelsea. How did we not do that against Braga? Drew 0-0 away and then got beaten 2-1 here. Palmer standing a ball up. Oh, another chance, this time for Nkunku. Chelsea have had the opportunities to put this tie to bed. Here's Dewsbury Hall. Now Vega wants to have a thump himself. Renato Vega, goalkeeper, made a mess of it and he's conceded a corner he didn't need to.
Well, clearly the initial chance is the good one for Nkunku, and he was there. I don't understand why he didn't make contact. Nice effort, across it, swinging towards the near post, but we'll have to get something on it, although I just said that's a bit of a meal of it.
Seems a strange time for a firework display. Going to cost them a few quid, I think, not just for the fireworks but for the fine that will surely follow. Again, something thrown from the crowd there in the direction of Christopher Nkunku. Cole Palmer taking the opportunity to watch the pyrotechnics. Well, that's going to be a meme. What on earth is this about, Sam? Have you ever seen anything like this?
Can't say I have. No.
Didn't used to happen when you were playing for Swindon.
Maybe one firework.
Metaphorical and literal sparks flying in Geneva. For that rather bizarre interlude, we're ready for the corner. Look short to kill some time. Palmer's got the ball. Not for long though. Tsunomoto. Here's Ouattara trying to bring it clear for Servette. He's got the pace to turn defence into attack. But only maybe not blessed with the same speed. Plenty of work rate about him, mind you. And forced Tosin to turn the ball over. Chelsea got it back now. And Kunku has glided his way through this game. Here's Palmer. Kunku, defender got a touch. Managed to keep it in 6 added minutes. Chelsea not there yet.
That was unlucky. It was a really clever ball from Palmer. I think everyone was anticipating him playing backwards, cutting it back to a teammate who was arriving, and just tried to slide it into the feet of Nkunku, who would have had the momentum to take himself beyond the back line and in for a finish.
These are all valuable seconds being eaten up. Flick, effortless brilliance. So got the better of Jackson. Just slide it down the line for Van Moos too. Man free in the middle here for Servette. Excellent Moises Caicedo. And again. That's his specialist subject for me, Sam. He keeps cool when he needs to win the ball. He's just been whacked there.
He wanted it back from Tosin. I'm not sure it was intended to go back to Caicedo, but he cleared his lines well under immense pressure.
This is George.
He's looked comfortable, no question. Really nice touches.
Good interplay between Nkunku and Palmer. Palmer just about keeping the ball and then moving it to Jackson. Can he make it safe here? Kicked away by Mal. Goodness me. Chelsea could have had 4 or 5 goals in this second half. Dewsbury Hall. Nkunku. He smacked it into Rouillet. Palmer got a toe to it to keep it from Van Moos. Palmer bludgeoning his way through. Still going, Cole Palmer, and still, oh, what a shame he couldn't get the finish off.
And somehow he got through there. He evaded 2 or 3 challenges, ricocheting around the ball. It fell nicely for him, but he just couldn't get strong enough contact on his finish. Just stabbed it goalwards. But they do look so inventive now with Palmer and Nkunku, in particular in tandem, and Jackson, just his unpredictability.
And Moose's cross. Missing away.
Effort from Jackson. I think it's difficult when he faces you up because he's got 2 pretty good feet. Shown that already this evening.
Tsunomoto's ball in. Jorgensen threw a crowd. Tosin took it off him. Goalkeeper had that. Defender didn't want to risk it, but it means his team is still under pressure. Van Moos, clever ball. Cognac looking to bend one. Oh, goodness me, that's the chance, surely. Heads in hands amongst the men in maroon. Will they get a better opportunity to take it to extra time than that?
Yeah, it's not the kind of way you want Cole Palmer, 5 yards outside his own 18-yard box, having to use his strength, his defensive nous, and Cognac is quick onto the loose ball, and he just doesn't quite catch it. This is his previous attempt I was talking about. Clever. Nicholas Jackson just can't drag his left foot around it to smash it towards the far post. Good stop. But at the other end, it just didn't deviate, didn't bend it enough. And Chelsea escape.
Two more minutes to see out. Nkunku. Jackson, ball over for George here. Beautifully into his path. Can he get the shot away? Deflected. Into a corner if it goes.
He's been the support act to a degree, involved in a lot of moves but not been on the end and been able to get a finish away himself, so you can understand him there. Let him fly, sight a goal. They've definitely become a little ragged, understandably, Servette, as they become bolder in their approach.
One Chelsea player in the penalty area if it was good. I think it tells you what's going to happen. George. That'll do. Almost there. Running down the clock now. Surely there's no time left for Servette to score. Instead of the game being well. George is onside. Seconds left to play in the Stade de Geneva. Gets the block in, and that might very well be that. Chelsea are through to the group stage of the Conference League. It was a close run thing in the end though. Servette have won the game on the night by 2-1, but it is Chelsea who squeezed through 3-2 on aggregate. Sam, you've got to praise the effort from the Swiss side there. They look crestfallen, but Chelsea have just about got the job done.
Yeah, they'll leave with some regret, probably that they didn't score at Stamford Bridge, but also tonight the game plan was actually pretty well carried out, quite conservative to a degree first half, and then exploded into life, didn't they, for a period in the second half and put Chelsea's goal under real pressure. So, been able to get through, but it was tense, it was nervy, it wasn't great, it wasn't perfect, but you know, some plus points. Positive debut from a young player through, that's the most important thing, and valuable game time I think for back five in particular. That will most probably change in its entirety before Sunday against Crystal Palace. So, and unscathed, I think that's always a big thing. You come through without any injuries, and it seems to be that way. I think they're the things, the ingredients you look for. Of course the result's the main thing. Could have been easier, but we're through, that's the most important thing.
Fireworks in the stands and on the pitch, but Chelsea progressed to the group stage of the Conference League. Final score on the night: Servette 2, Chelsea 1. Who's through 3-2 on aggregate.